A narrated discovery, Suriname. Welcome to A Narrated Discovery, the channel where we wander slowly, listen deeply, and explore the world's hidden beauty, one country at a time. Today, we drift into the green silence of South America's smallest nation, Suriname, a place of rivers, rainforest, and rhythms whispered through centuries. Have you ever felt the air so thick with life that it seemed to hum? Have you ever floated down a river so wide and still that the sky above became indistinguishable from the water below? Welcome to Suriname, a country many cannot place on a map, yet one that holds entire worlds within its borders. Wedged between Guyana and French Guiana on South America's northeast shoulder, Suriname is a land of jungle, creole language, colonial memory, and cultural fusion, where Dutch signs line tropical streets and Hindu chants drift through rainforest rain. Its capital, Paramaribo, rests by the sea, but its soul lives in the interior, far beyond roads, deep in forest, along rivers where time moves not by clocks, but by currents. We begin there, not in the city, but with the water. Because in Suriname, everything begins with the river. The Suriname River runs like a lifeline from the southern jungle to the northern sea. Long before borders, boats, or written language, it carried stories. Today it still does. Wooden dugout canoes glide silently past walls of emerald green, children bathe by the banks, women wash clothes with rhythm and laughter, men cast nets, their gestures part memory, part necessity. The rainforest here is not background, it is presence. It breathes, it murmurs, it shelters howler monkeys, blue morpho butterflies, and secrets too old to name. In the remote south, where the road disappears entirely, lie the villages of the Maroons, descendants of Africans who escaped enslavement and built new worlds deep within the jungle. They carried no map, only rhythm, memory, and the will to be free. Today their communities still thrive, along rivers like the Tappanahoni and the Saramacca, with songs, ceremonies, and languages that bend and blend West African roots with Caribbean wind and Dutch fragments. You sit with them, and the forest goes quiet. They speak with their hands. Their laughter carries like birdsong. And in the evening, when drums begin, the air thickens with story. In Paramaribo, the capital, history gathers like steam over morning coffee. Dutch wooden houses with wide verandas line narrow streets. Some lean, some gleam, some whisper. Mosques stand beside synagogues, Hindu temples beside churches, all of them alive, all of them speaking, in color, incense, and bells. The market pulses with energy, spices from India, cassava from the jungle, rum from nearby stills. Sellers call out in Dutch, Sranan Tongo, Hindi, Javanese. Languages layer like spices in a slow-cooked stew. Here, you don't just walk, you float. The heat slows you down. The smiles draw you in. You sit beneath the shade of an almond tree, A breeze lifts the scent of fried plantains and sweet roti. A busker plays steel pan, and for a moment, the world is rhythm. To the east, along the Maroon River, life unfolds in stilted houses above the waterline. Fishing boats bob in shallow current. Children leap from the wooden edges into warm brown water. Egrets stand like statues in the shallows. French Guiana lies just across the river, its edges visible, its border invisible. Here, identity is fluid. People move by boat, not by a passport. They trade fish for rice, news for laughter, language for language. In Albina, the sun sets behind mangroves. Fires flicker in metal drums, and someone plays a radio, half static, half song. At night, frogs sing louder than the streetlights, and dreams drift between shores. Deeper inland, you reach the Central Suriname Nature Reserve, 1.6 million hectares of untouched forest. Here, trees rise like cathedrals. Some are over 1,000 years old. The canopy is layered with sound, cicadas, dripping leaves, distant thunder. Below, the jungle floor glistens with moss and memory. You travel by boat, then by foot. You cross hanging bridges. You bathe in waterfalls. You listen, really listen. And in that silence, you feel something ancient moving through you. Not danger, not fear, just scale, just stillness, just awe. Every leaf here has a name you don't know, every bird a call you've never heard, and yet it all feels oddly familiar, like you've returned, not arrived. South of the reserve lie the communities of the Trio and Wayana peoples, indigenous nations who live close to the land, far from roads, and deep within the forest's pulse. They hunt with bows, fish with traps, and walk barefoot over root and stone. Their language carries the sound of rivers. Their ceremonies rise with smoke and song. Their stories are painted onto skin and woven into hammocks. When a child is born, a tree is planted. When someone dies, the forest is thanked. There is no separation between life and land, only cycles, only flow. In the village of Kwamalasamutu, elders speak of stars and spirits, of sky jaguars and forest teachers, and you understand, quietly, that knowledge is not always written. Sometimes it is sung. And then there is the rain. Suriname does not fear rain. It lives by it. When it falls, it does not ask permission. It arrives, full, warm, relentless. It soaks wood, lifts soil, washes stories into streams. It quiets the birds. It softens the air. And when it stops, the world feels new. The colors return, brighter. The fruit gleams. The river shines like a mirror. People emerge from doorways, smiling. They say, "It's good. It needed that." And somehow, so did you. In Suriname, celebration moves slowly, but deeply. Winty ceremonies light the forest with firelight and drum. Not just performance, invocation. Spirits are called, not with demand, but with dance. In Paramaribo, Diwali glows with lamps, Holi explodes in powder. Eid scents the streets with cardamom and clove, keti koti. The day slavery ended is marked with white clothes, heavy hearts, and songs that remember. No identity here is pure, but every identity here is whole. Creole, Javanese, Maroon, Hindustani, Indigenous, Dutch, braided together not into one rope, but into a river delta, separate, intertwined, always flowing. And through it all, nature endures. Birds migrate, trees grow, the rivers, Suriname, Maroon, Saramacca, Tapanahoni, continue their endless weaving. The country does not shout, it invites to sit, to sip, to wander, to wonder. Thank you for joining us on this quiet journey through Suriname, a land of green silence, flowing cultures, and a heartbeat shared between river and forest. If this story softened something in you, subscribe to A Narrated Discovery. Until next time, listen deeply and drift gently.